Hey, I'm John, the indoor garden guy from AeroGrow, and it's been just 7 weeks since we planted this gourmet herb seed kit in the AeroGarden, and we've got a jungle of herbs here. Let's take care of the easy stuff first. We'll add some water. Now let's check in on how the garden's growing. We've got our beautiful Genovese basil back here, just getting bushier and bushier, more and more basil on it. The oregano is looking great, plenty there to cook with. The dill, which if you remember started a little slowly, is really getting dilly back here. We had a little piece break off there, but it's looking good. The mint, which we switched out last week, is just kind of taken over back here. The globe basil, compact, lots of basil on there. Our thyme is looking great, plenty of thyme there for seafood or scallops or anything like that. And then our lemon basil here, though, when it really took off out of the gates, is looking great too. Now let's see what we want to prune or harvest. And if you remember, what we're trying to do when we prune the garden is set it up for success in the future. We're going to prune to make sure that each plant's getting enough light. We're going to prune it back so that each plant is going to grow more bushy and full as it goes forward. And we're going to prune so we can keep our lights nice and low and close to the growing garden so that all the plants are getting all the light they need. First, let's look at which plants are blocking light to the other plants. This basil's keeping to itself pretty much back here, which is great. The oregano needs a little trimming just to keep it lower grown and a little bushier. The dill, we'll wait till we're going to use that in a dish. The mint has to be chopped back. It's blocking light to both the dill and the globe basil down here. And this lemon basil, again, we've got to harvest some of that and take it back so that it's not blocking light to the dill, the thyme, or the globe basil. Let's get started. The first thing we'll do is take a couple snips of this oregano, and again, we're just going to trim right above that leaf node, wherever we'd like to, and it's going to create 2 stems from that point forward. So we're going to take a lot of oregano here and use that in some spaghetti sauce tonight. We're going to take a little snip of dill where this plant kind of snapped off and go ahead and harvest that and use it. We're going to cut back our mint. Again, right above the leaf node, just easy. You don't have to worry about pruning. It's the easiest thing. Let's find out where to cut this lemon basil. Remember, those stems are going to double every time we snip, so right above the leaf joints. And we'll trim some of these leaves away just to make sure that that thyme is getting plenty of light down there. Now let's tackle some of this thyme. It's been growing out more and more. When thyme gets hedgy like this, you can just kind of snip away at it. Now at this point, you should just pretty much be harvesting daily. Whatever's going to be good in your cooking that night, you just snip some of that off. You need a little Genovese basil for some sauce, snip it off and put it in. You want some oregano for a pizza, snip it off and put it in. You don't have to wait for a weekly harvest like this. You can take what you need as you need it from this point on, and the garden's going to grow back really quickly and have some ready for you the next time you want it too. The last thing we're going to do on our week 7 check-in is lower this light hood. We trimmed the plants back. Now again, we can lower that light hood, keep the lights close to the plant, keep them growing fast. And I pulled it down 2 full clicks today. It's going to grow even better next week. We'll see you next week when we check in on week 8. Until then, if you have any questions, just send an email to asktheexpert@aerogrow.com. Thanks. Happy gardening.